We welcome you back to the Coliseum in Denver for the U.S. Gymnastics Championships. The youngest competitor just turned 13 this past March. Shannon Miller, currently 6th after 2 rotations.
Shannon Miller is not much taller than the vaulting horse. She can do a really big vault. That was a beautiful layout full. Very well done. A little hop on the landing. She is going to be right in there for 92.
Extremely smooth. She discusses things with her coach from Edmond, Oklahoma, Steve Nuno. And it really looks like the timetable could be a perfect one when you talk about 92 for someone like Shannon Miller.
Shannon Miller is a part of the youth movement, along with Kim Zmeskal, Erica Stokes and company. Here's her vault. Nice layout full, good clean vault, and she really gets some nice distance on that vault.
So Shannon Miller with a 9.675. Good score to start off with for Shannon Miller on her 3rd rotation. Now, as we talk about Shannon Miller in the timetable for Barcelona in 92, we look across the way to Sandy Woolsey. She gets ready for her mount of the balance beam, currently 4th. And as solid as she has been over the last couple of years, you wonder if maybe a performer like Sandy is getting caught in the middle, maybe peaking a little bit too early for Barcelona in 92 because of the youth movement.
Sandy finds herself as one of the veterans in this competition. She was a member of our World Championship team, moving from 25th in 1988 to 3rd in 1989.
What a thrill it's got to be for Sandy Woolsey to come home. Just a few years ago, she moved away to join the Desert Devils of Stormy Eaton down in Scottsdale, Arizona, but she grew up right here in Denver.
And Sandy really wants to put on a good show for her hometown crowd. Here's Sandy's combination. 2 back handsprings to a layout pike back. And she's on, but it's not really that sharp.
Sandy was rolling right along at the American Cup in March just 4 months ago, and she looked like she was on her way to the top 3. But this is where she had her problems, especially on the dismount and the balance beam.
That's right, Joel. In fact, Sandy's changed her dismount, opted for a safe dismount, the same one that Kim Zmeskal uses, a round-off double back. And it was a nice, clean performance. 2 steps on the landing, that will cost her 2 tenths.
She is so consistent and reliable that you always just count on Sandy Woolsey to come through. She's done it before for the U.S. national side, the World Championships, and now competing, trying to make the U.S. national team in Denver, Colorado this weekend. We just saw the 9.675 on the vault for Shannon Miller. Currently in 3rd position, Betty Aquino with her first attempt on the vault.
A layout full. Betty uses the same vault Shannon Miller used, and this is the event where Betty has probably shown the most improvement. That was a great job. Nice high, little hop on the landing.
Bella has said that just over the last year, it's been a rapid rise for Betty Aquino.
Look at how aggressively she goes at this run. Strong round off onto the board, a big push, and beautiful form in the air. Just a little hop on the landing, that may be the mark of immaturity.
Betty Aquino accepting congratulations from her teammates, and that's got to be tough. They are teammates. They work out every day together. But at the same time, they're fierce competitors going up against each other. And a 9.7 on the vault for Elizabeth Betty Aquino. Sandy Woolsey, we just saw her on the balance beam. She came up with a 9.65 to maintain her position in the top 5. Now the pressure mounts. Brandy Johnson, our current leader, by only 5/100ths of a point, gets ready for the balance beam. By far the most difficult apparatus.
Balance beam is a real pressure event, and Brandy is under pressure here to do a good job. The margin for error in this event is so small, the tiniest mistake, and you could be off. Now she's off to a little bit of a shaky start, and she still has her most difficult elements coming up. Here's her combination. combination, 2 back handsprings to a layout step out.
Problems for Brandy Johnson.
She is just off the beam. She just couldn't stay on. That second flip-flop was totally out of alignment.
And that is an automatic deduction of 1/2 a point.
That
Incredible.
That's a devastating miss for Brandy. You know, it's a shame when you give it away like that.
She has been the leader throughout the competition, and now on the second to last rotation, it begins to crumble.
Brandy still has a difficult element coming up. Front flip, that was nice and solid.
The degree of difficulty of that front flip seemed even more extreme than the one where she fell off.
That's right, Joel. You know, Brandy's had that combination, 2 back handsprings to a layout, for years now. That's never been a problem. That's a really unfortunate mistake. Here's her dismount. Nice, but she just won't be able to overcome that disastrous fall in the layout.
Well, Brandy Johnson has done everything that has been required of her so far until she got to the balance beam.
All right. Soft a little bit on it. Okay, now we'll get ready for floor. Okay, that's all that matters now. Let's get ready for floor. Okay, let's do it. Come on.
Her coach, Kevin Brown, trying to be as positive as possible. But now, her opportunity to win back-to-back championships may have just slipped away.
We'll see what went wrong here. First back handspring is on. Second back handspring looks okay. And she goes for the layout, and she just goes crooked. She throws it a little crooked. And before she knows it, she's on the floor. Another look at that combination. She looks okay. She sets up 2 back handsprings right into the layout. She's done the hard part. She looks like she has it. And she is just off. That is so surprising. You know, I've seen Brandy Johnson do that combination so many times. She should be able to do it in her sleep.
The reaction of her coach, Kevin Brown, all those hours training in the gym, possibly gone because of one fall on the balance beam.
Okay. Just take a deep breath. Okay, that's all right. All right, now we just got to think about what we have to do. We go out and go after the floor now. All right? That's all that matters now. Okay.
She's asking her coach, Kevin Brown, if she can do a double tuck in her second pass. She's talking about her next event, the floor routine. She wants to water it down in the hopes that Kim Zmeskal will slip up.
A 9.325 for Brandy Johnson. Not bad when you consider that she fell off the beam. Zmeskal getting ready. Can she capitalize and take the lead? She needs a 9.4 to wrestle away the advantage from Brandy Johnson for the first time in the competition. She nailed it.
She did it. That was an unbelievable ball. That was excellent. The best ball we've seen in this competition.
This is one of the strongest apparatuses for Kim Zmeskal. What a time for her to take on the vault. And she really rose to the occasion because you have to be mentally tough to take advantage.
Kim saw the door open when Brandy fell off the balance beam, and she came in and capitalized on her opportunity. She performs a round-off, layout full, the same vault Brandy Johnson does. But watch how this kid can do it. Round-off back handspring onto the horse, beautiful full, arches out early, and just floats to the floor. Incredible.
There is no step or bobble on her landing.
Kim Zmeskal is so tough. Strong, full, arch out, and she just nails.
And how did the introverted Bella Caroli react to it? Just another day at the office for Bella Caroli, as his gymnasts continue to dominate. And there's almost a perfect 10 for Kim Zmeskal. A 9.975, and she has catapulted herself into the lead. Brandy Johnson, on the other hand, deep in thought, contemplating what is to develop as she goes to the floor exercise for her final event. While the final rotation for our new leader, Kim Zmeskal, may be her weakest apparatus, the uneven bars. The drama continues when we return to Denver. We welcome you back to Denver as we take a look at the results after 3 rotations with 1 event remaining. Zmeskal with the lead now by almost 0.5 of a point over Brandy Johnson. And here's where it all disintegrated for Brandy on the balance beam.
You know, Joel, the psychological aspect of the sport is so important, and it looked like Brandy just blanked out for just a moment here and was long enough to put her off the beam.
And the difference in the competition so far, 14-year-old Kim Zmeskal, mentally tough to take advantage of the opportunity.
When it comes down to it, Joel, this is the essence of gymnastics, hitting when it counts.
She's going to bars next. She can hit a 9/8 bars, okay? Or she might. Okay, now that you have to have your best floor team right now. This is where it's got to come out. Okay, as far as making any verifications on any changes on anything there, we need to do a 10 routine. We need to go out there and nail a